What's up, y'all? Rip the Realtor here to talk to you about living in the ATL. That's cool abbreviated speak for Atlanta. So let me give you the pros and the cons of living in Atlanta. Now, I'm an Atlanta-born dude, so when I say pros and cons of living in Atlanta, what I really mean is love and less love. Because I love my hometown, so for me, there's not really cons, but there's definitely things I love less than others. So make sure you subscribe because each subscriber will get $50. That's not true, but in my heart, each one of you gets $50. So let me give you some cons or my less loves. So the layout for the city of Atlanta can be a little wonky. That's southern slang for messed up. And because of the wonkiness, it can cause a lot of traffic. And there's several contributing factors to that, but let me give you one big one. Someone along the way decided it would be a good idea for 3 major interstates to converge in downtown Atlanta. I-85, I-75, and I-20 all come together right around the same place. And I-285 isn't too far from where those interstates intersect. So as you can imagine, it can often cause traffic nightmares. But Atlanta has tried to make it better with adding things like commuter lanes and express lanes. And though we've come a long way, the combination of poor interstate and roadway planning and the boom in Atlanta in the 80s and 90s, we got some bad traffic. Now, MARTA is our public transit system. We have trains and buses, but it's still difficult to live in the city without a car, motorcycle, or even a cool electric bike, which we've got a pretty unique company called Edison Bicycles that can hook you up with that. Our roads can be a little confusing too. For some reason, we love the name Peachtree because we've got Peachtree Street, Peachtree Road, Peachtree Creek Road, Peachtree Lane, Peachtree Avenue, Peachtree Circle, Peachtree Place, Peachtree Drive, Peachtree Plaza, Peachtree Way, Peachtree Memorial Drive, New Peachtree Road, Peachtree Walk, Peachtree Park Drive, Peachtree Parkway, Peachtree Valley Road, and Peachtree Battle Avenue, literally to just name a few. Now the irony is, even though Georgia is the peach state, we're actually number 3 for peach production in this country. So we're a peach sham. But one reason we're the peach state is we have the climate for it. There's a reason we're called Hotlanta. It gets hot here. In the summer, it's not unusual to average in the mid-90s, and that can carry over into the fall. And when it's that hot, it can get sticky. But really, that's primarily due to the high humidity. We basically have a subtropical climate. But we also have a common saying here: if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Especially late fall and early spring, it can be hot one minute and cold the next. If you do come to Atlanta, be prepared to hear almost another language. And not just because of our southern twang, we tend to speak in shorthand or jargon. For example, ITP means inside the perimeter, referring to I-285. That's an interstate that runs a circle around Atlanta. OTP is, well, you guessed it, outside the perimeter. And the main area codes for phone numbers in Atlanta is 404, 770, and 678. So when we write a phone number down, we typically just write the first number of the area code. We know what we mean, and you'll catch on quickly too. Now, I hate admitting some of those cons, but our pros far outweigh the cons. In fact, one of those pros is how culturally and ethnically diverse Atlanta is. We've got a lot of great historic museums and sites. One of our newer ones is the National Center for Civil and Human Rights. It's awesome. So definitely check that out. We also have the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Site, where you can see where Dr. King grew up, the church where he and his father pastored, and Dr. King's final resting place. We also have some really culturally diverse restaurants too. Now I'm going to try and throttle back a little bit here because when it comes to food, I can go on and on. Mainly because eating is one of my spiritual gifts. But we have the best Ethiopian restaurants, Persian restaurants, Jamaican restaurants, Japanese, Korean barbecue, Portuguese, Thai, and don't even get me started about our barbecue and soul food. Oh man, I'm about to have to take a break for second dinner. Besides all the restaurants we have here, we also have a lot of great companies and businesses that call Atlanta their home. Microsoft, they're adding to their footprint and are completing their new office space in Atlantic Yards, which is in the flourishing shopping, dining, and living area of Atlantic Station. We're also home to great companies like Coca-Cola, maybe you've heard of them, Home Depot, UPS, Delta, and AT&T, to name a few. Atlanta is also becoming like a little Hollywood. Actually, we're the nation's third largest film industry. Tax incentives back in 2008 has driven tons of filming right here in the ATL. In fact, in 2018, the economic impact in Georgia was $9.5 billion. Billion, B. Also provided jobs for electricians, construction, real estate, and so many other industries. And I love it because it gives me a lot of opportunity for extra work as a stand-in for handsome guys like George Clooney and Denzel Washington, mainly because of my striking resemblance to them. And film isn't the only entertainment industry that's booming in Atlanta. We also have a great music industry, and we're considered to be a capital of hip-hop, gospel music, and we have a thriving indie rock and live music scene. And we're close to everything. About 30 minutes to Georgia's biggest lake, Lake Lanier, which some people believe it to be haunted since it was built on top of a town, but here's a little secret. I grew up on Lake Lanier, and I've never had a ghost grab me. Not yet. Also, the mountains are only about an hour from Atlanta. The beach and ocean is just a few hours drive. And of course, all kinds of attractions in Atlanta, such as the World of Coke, the aquarium, Whitewater, the College Football Hall of Fame Museum, and you can always catch a game with the Atlanta United, the Falcons, the Braves, or a Georgia Tech game. And of course, I have to tell you about Atlanta real estate, because over the last year and a half, average home prices in Atlanta went up over 100 grand, while still maintaining its affordability to live in Atlanta. The cost of living as a whole is 2% lower than the national average. So, those are the ups and downs of living in hot Atlanta. For my Atlantan brothers and sisters, do y'all agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. And if you're considering making one of the best decisions of your life and becoming an Atlantan and have any questions, please reach out. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's really better than getting that text you've been waiting on, like the one you get while you're sleeping, so when you wake up, it's the first thing you see, so your day is like completely awesome because of it. Yeah, it's better than that. So subscribe. Love y'all.